Hi guys, welcome to Multiverse. So let's continue playing with our Batman character that we created some time ago. So just a quick recap, basically I'm going to make a tutorial with the Batman mentored character and the Batman character that I created, and also this is going to be a Batman walkthrough. So this is going to be the second part so far of this walkthrough. If you want to look at the first part, don't hesitate to do so. And also, if you want to know how I created my Batman character, I made a video called Character Creation Batman. So if you want to see how I was able to pull off the look of this character, there's a video just for that. But basically, in a nutshell, I had purchased the Batman cowl eons ago from the marketplace. I purchased the Batman emblem from the marketplace, the belt from the marketplace, the gloves from the marketplace, and everything else comes from character creation. So as you saw, once we finished the mission in the Brainiac ship, we start in the Gotham East End police station. So it says go to Gotham to continue your mission, although I could have sworn usually... I guess there's been some changes. Usually when in eons ago in the past, when I would appear here, it would ask me to go to the vendors over here. So there's a few vendors that you have access to right as you exit the Brainiac ship, and there's a few items you could purchase from them to be able to improve your character a bit. Like for example, my character doesn't have pants, so I'm going to purchase some pants in just a minute, the same with the mask. But before I do that, and there's also another vendor, this is, I think, it's been a while, so I have to talk to, somehow NPC doesn't want to talk to me. Sometimes they can be mean like that. So basically, early on, you should maybe just go around. Like you have to watch the teleporter, which at this point I don't think I can use just yet. I think you have to be level 9 or something before you can actually use it. And there's also the mailboxes here, where you can get a nice little mask from your friend Oracle. So obviously our character doesn't have a mask, so let's equip that. We got the infinite time capsule. That's so nice. So we've equipped our brand new mask that Oracle gave us. But before we go to Gotham to continue our mission, let's equip a few pieces of gear. Oh, we have a nice Batman friend here. So usually I sell, like you get some junks from the Brainiac ship, there's no reason to keep that. And before I repair, I usually purchase what I need, or what I can purchase. So roughly at this point, we need a pair of pants, we need a headpiece, and I think that is pretty much all I can purchase. Eons ago I would purchase a weapon that was a little better than the one you had at character creation, but here as you can see the weapon is pretty much the same, only the style seems to be different. And you can see I still need I need $3 to repair all my gear, so let's do that. For those who don't know, your gear gets broken as you play DC Universe Online, so you have to repair it regularly, otherwise at some point your gear will not work anymore, so it will not protect you, and in the case of weapons, it will not work to allow you to be able to attack evil NPCs. So let's equip the pants, and let's equip the headpiece. And let's put the... This is an infinite time capsule, it's something that we got just for the fun of it. It's a time capsule that you can open to infinity. I'm not sure where I got that from. Doesn't really matter. So let's go around the police station just a bit. Here we have some booster gold kiosk that we're gonna have to use at some point. It's going to give us some exploration missions. And here there's just a few NPCs that eventually, like Nightwing, will give us some missions. And here, for those who don't know, this is the loyalty vendor. Basically, on PS4, we get some loyalty points, and we can spend those loyalty points on the loyalty vendor. In a nutshell, the loyalty vendor sells the very same thing that you can purchase on the marketplace. Which is why if I look here, you'll see that it should tell me, it tells me that I've already purchased the Batman 80th anniversary emblem. So eons ago we would have to speak to some NPCs. I guess no more. Doesn't matter. So let's go to Gotham. So basically, if you are mentored, like this character obviously is mentored by Batman. You can see it's a level 4 tech hero. And that means that when you start the game, once you exit the Brainiac ship, you start in the Gotham East End police station. So when you exit the police station, obviously you are in Gotham. So with a Batman mentored character, you start playing DC Universe Online in Gotham City. So you can see, oh, not sure what that is, but let's throw it away because we can. So if we look at the minimap, he's mad we threw away his pumpkin. So you can see this is the Gotham map. And you can see the little area here. That's the area where our mission is supposed to be. We can also see that on the minimap in the top right corner of the screen. Oh, we have a nice... Oh, he's gone. Oh, there he is. So our first mission is over here. Our first mission in Gotham, I should say, is over here. So we have to reach the construction site, which should trigger the mission. So we have to defeat 10 Screamers. And a quick look at our loadout. Oh, we got a Shazam time capsule. That was quick. And a quick look at our loadout. Basically, at this point, we have the taser pull, we have the fear gas, and for the weapon, I pretty much purchased all the weapon combos that I could. And that's all we can really purchase at this point. We can't purchase acrobatic yet, we can't purchase iconic powers yet, or stat points just yet. So this is our second Screamer. This should be number 3. Early on, the missions are fairly simple. And again, it's mostly to allow you to get used to the game, to get used to your powers, to get used to how your weapon works, get used to the various weapon combos. We'll probably make a video about the various weapons at some point. I'm way overdue for that, I suppose. Nope, I missed. I fell in the hole. So just 2 more and we'll be good to go. Oh, there they are. And as you can see, there is some objects that you can break and some that you can't. I'm not sure exactly why they decided which you could break and which you can't. But basically, if you attack them with your weapon and it doesn't break, it means that you cannot break the object like that. So we've completed that mission. So let's go to our journal and let's complete it. So as you said, it gave us a new pair of gloves. It gave us a little message by Oracle. It allowed us to go up in level.
Gotham Hazmat is overwhelmed. Help them maintain control, but be careful. The gas will make you pick up on the fears of those around you, or create your own nightmares.
So here our mentor Batman tried to give us a little pep talk. And again, if we look at our loadout, so you can see we gained Sticky Bomb. I'm going to leave it on that triangle, and I'll show you what it does in just a second. Let's see if we can find an evil NPC that we can target. Basically, you throw away a bomb to an enemy, and the bomb sticks to them, hence the Sticky Bomb. Also, it does kind of stun them for a minute. Like they try to basically get the bomb off of them. And while they're doing that, they're not attacking you, which is one of the good things about the Sticky Bomb. So it prevents enemies from attacking you for a second or two, but also it explodes and does some damage to NPCs. So here we have the second area where we can go for our next mission. This is an investigation that we can gather. There's no reason not to gather the investigations as you see them. Here we have a Hazmat officer that could give us a mission. So basically you can see we already had a whole bunch of objectives to make. But there was the Hazmat officer which had one more objective if we wanted to. And you can see when Sticky Bomb explodes, it seems to affect a whole bunch of targets in the area of the explosion. So even though the bomb itself sticks on one character, it seems to affect at least a couple of characters. Oh, we got another infinite time capsule. That's a bit strange. So you saw the Shrieker also was affected by the sticky bomb. So here basically, as you can see, there's a whole bunch of objectives. So you just stay in the area and you do whatever objectives you can. You can do like multiple objectives at the same time. It doesn't have to be just the one objective. Again, if you're wondering what I'm doing for the combos, I'll make a video about that when I get the chance. Basically, I'm planning to make a video about each of the weapon in the long run. I guess we'll have to wait and see for that. So you can see there's this little guy here that you can click on him, and then you have to protect him from the evil hallucinations that are trying to attack him. Somehow fear gas seems to work on those hallucinations, but don't ask. That's how the game works sometimes. As you can see, the hallucination creates some sort of little green mist. Let's show it again. Like you can see, that was the fear gas. So it seems to also stun the NPCs for at least a little bit. Oh, I guess we're done with that part of the mission. Oh, level 6. So let's equip our belt. But before we move on to the next part of the map, let's finish our aversion therapy mission first. So basically we have to rescue those little Hazmat officers. Right now it's not too bad. Sometimes when there's a whole bunch of players doing the same missions, sometimes you end up competing a bit for the NPCs. Although more often than not you share the mission objectives with pretty much any other players that are doing the mission with you. Even if you're not grouped with them. Oh, there's a collection. Just for the heck of it. For those who don't know, basically whenever you see those question marks, it's a collection that you can gather. Once you gather the collection, it goes into your inventory. In this case, it's called the Fear Gas Fogger Circuitry. It's a collection from Technologies Vanguard. So let's collect it. And as you can see, it's one of 7 collections. Once you gather all 7 collections, you get some sort of reward, usually by mail. So this should be the last one we need. So let's up all our friend. And this should be... So now we can continue our main mission.
Antidote for the gas, but that's not enough to stop Scarecrow's thugs. We have to get the fear gas barrels off the street. Get to their supply depot by the chemical factory. No matter what you see, don't let the effects of the fear gas scare you off.
And as you can see, our friend Batman is an acrobat, and you can pretty much glide from building to building like that. But eventually, we're going to be able to do a lot more than that. Once we can gain access to I forget the actual name. Once we can get access to rocket assisted glide, but not yet. So this is the area for the next part of the main quest. So basically we have one main quest that will play from level 1 to level 30. But there's a whole bunch also of side quests. There's no reason not to take the side quest as you're doing the main quest. The main quest will give you experience and a whole bunch of rewards. But the side quest will also give you experience and will also give you various rewards. So there's no reason not to do all of them. And of course, if you see an investigation, you collect it. When they're green, it's an investigation. When you see a blue exclamation mark, it's a briefing. I have to admit, I'm not sure exactly what the distinction is between the two other than the color. There has to be some sort of distinction. I just, I have to admit, don't really know what it is. It doesn't really matter. As long as you know that you should pick them up, you'll be okay. Basically, you have to gather all the investigations and all the briefings you can. And once you get all of them, you get some sort of reward, not unlike the collections. So far I've been using mostly my melee attack, but there's also some range attack you can use. Depending on the situation, you may decide to use one or the other, or sometimes alternate between the two. You decide. So as you saw, we have to help out some NPCs. Like you have those little guys here that basically you have to talk to them, and then you have to protect them. Whenever you see an NPC with a shield like that, pretty much means that you have to protect it. So you have to protect it from the evil NPCs that try to attack him. And once you're done, then you can grab the little barrel here, and then you bring it to the objective. You can see the big yellow arrow that tells you where to go, in case you don't know. And you can see also we have to, some of those hallucinations usually are some evil henchmen, but some of them are also hazmat workers. So sometimes you have to, there we go. So here we found one hazmat worker. If you try to click on the technician and some NPCs are attacking you, it's going to interrupt you. You really have to make sure that NPCs cannot attack you when you try to click on the hazmat worker here. I guess that's the other one. Oh, sometimes there's a big one that appears like that, and now we can get the barrel. Normally, I should be able to share the objective, the reward with the guy who was next to me, and you don't have to do anything. You just complete the mission, and it should give him the objective as well. So let's see if we can try and find the hazmat officer we're missing. And sadly it's random. Some are evil henchmen, oh, and some are hazmat workers. Oh, and this was the last of it. So I went to the journal to complete the mission, and now we're moving on to the next part of the quest.
Once we take out Scarecrow, the nightmare will end.
And I thought we would get a reward. I'm so sad, but I think we got a new power. Let's check our loadout. Oh yeah, so we got the neuralizer. I'll usually put it here. There's no strategy. I'm just used to putting the shield ability here, and that's pretty. In combat you cannot change your loadout. So that's pretty much what this is. It is a shield that also does a bunch of damage around you. So let's get out of here, and we're going to try to rearrange our loadout in just a bit. The shield doesn't last that long. But the thing is, it also does damages. It does more than just shield you. It shields you, and it does damage to evil NPCs. So basically, you can see it activates a protective barrier. You can see it's labeled as a shield. It's usable while controlled, and it's a protective barrier that affects nearby enemies. So it also dazes enemy, making them vulnerable to dazing effect. And dazed enemies take additional damage. So if I had another ability that could daze enemy, and then I use this, I'll do additional damage. Basically, it's some power interaction that the gadget power has. I'm pretty sure I made at least a 1 or 2 gadget loadout videos, so you could look at those if you want to know more about the gadget power itself. And usually, there he is. So we have to talk to our friend Harvey Bullock. And there's a few objectives we need. The first one is we have to help the doctor here.
We've got a lot of patients to help, and Scarecrow's thugs are trying to disrupt the treatment.
So once you talk to the doctor, there's some evil NPCs that will try to attack him. So ideally you want to try to protect him. But also there's, like you can see this little guy here. Basically there's these hallucination victims that come to see the doctor. So you have to help them. But you have to also defeat the enemies that are attacking you. Basically you cannot help them if the enemies are attacking you. It's pretty much that simple. So again, if you look at the minimap, you can see in the orange square, that's pretty much where the objectives you need are. So let's see our second doctor. So you can see we've administered 3 out of 6 antidote. We should be able to get the other 3 with this doctor. But again, there are some NPCs like these guys that will try to prevent you from administering the antidote. And that is also one time where the shield can help you. You could decide to shield yourself and then click on the victim. That way, when you're shielded, the enemies will not be able to interrupt you. So this is for the first part of the mission. The other part of the mission, you have to go to the rooftops. And you see those NPCs over here. You have to defeat them and you have to help your old friend, the Hazmat officer. When you click on the Hazmat officer, there's usually NPCs that spawn to try to attack him. And you have to defend them. Oh, they change it. Could be misremembering. I could have sworn that some evil NPCs were attacking you when you clicked on the Hazmat officer, but I could be that they simplified the quest, or maybe I'm just misremembering. It's been a while. Oh yeah, level 8. So we've earned a skill point, but already we cannot assign skill points here anyway, so it doesn't really matter at this point. We're going to have to be level 15 before we can do that. And for the weapons, I think we have to be level 10 before we can assign skill points here. And I'm only going to use one weapon, so it doesn't really matter. And let's see, and for our loadout, we didn't gain anything new. Anything new, at least not yet. Again, for those who maybe didn't see the first part of the first video I made, every level we gain new abilities. Like at level 7 we gain a new ability, level 9 we gain a new ability, a new power I should say, level 11 we gain a new power, at level 10 we actually gain our role. In this case it would be the controller role. Like right now pretty much everyone starts as a DPS, but at level 10 I should be able to play as a controller if I want to. And now we have to go to our journal. More often than not, missions, when you complete a mission, you have to go to your journal to complete it. But once in a while, the missions auto-complete themselves. I'm not sure exactly why. Some missions auto-complete themselves. Some missions, you have to go to the journal to be able to complete them.
That woman has gone in, and she's out of comm contact. Not good. Get in there and end Scarecrow's reign of terror.
Our friend Batman gave us another pep talk. So basically you can see the reward we got is a mission reward box. Usually it's a weapon. Although sometimes it could be a utility belt, so let's see which it is. So in this case we got a brand new weapon, so let's select it and let's equip it. It's not a big difference, like +8, +8, +4 and whatever, so it's not a big improvement, but in the early missions 8 extra DPS makes a bit of a difference. So we have to go to the sewer missions. If you're not sure where to go, if you look at the minimap to the top right corner of the map, you can see that yellow arrow that points in which direction you have to go to be able to complete your objective. And sometimes you'll see that big yellow spotlight. It also is telling you that this is where you need to go. One thing that I love with Acrobat is climbing a building. If you're not sure where you need to go, you could decide to climb up a building, look around and see, oh yeah, okay, that's where I have to go. Like in this case, we have to go to the Gotham sewers. So let's do that. So we're going to be able, I won't spoil it, I'll let you guys see what happens. Oh no! The gas is affecting us and we can't move. We're in big trouble. The first time I came here and this happened, I was freaking out. I couldn't move my character. My character was choking with the gas. The enemies were closing in, and then they disappeared because they're only hallucination. Although, as you can see, there are some that you can fight. And of course, it was an evil henchman, but it was covered by the hallucination.
This whole place is filled with fear gas. Get those leaking barrels out of there and clear the air.
So once we clear out the NPCs, we're gonna have to carry the barrels around. So you can see the shield not only protects my character, but it also does damage to evil NPCs around it. So basically, we have to grab those barrels. If you're never sure, like basically once you get close to the barrel, it says hold the circle button. So you just do that and you pick up the barrel, and then you can bring it with you. And again, usually there's always an arrow that points you in the direction of your objective. So you can't really go wrong. And once we bring it here, we have to click on the barrel, and you can see a whole bunch of evil NPCs that are coming my way. But they were all hallucinations, so that was fine. So let's grab, and if you need, there's an orange barrel over here. I'm going to use it in just a bit. There's another one here also. There's no reason not to use healing barrels. Although there might be some missions that have don't use healing barrels as a feat. From memory, I don't really recall which mission that could be, but if you're not sure, just look in your feet. If you're not sure for what you require for feats, if you just go to your option menu and the feats, you should be able to see all the feats there is in the game.
Crumble under the weight of your own fear.
So this should be the last of the 3 barrels. So as you can see, you have to transport the leaking barrel here. So we did that, and then you have to neutralize the leaking fear gas. So we did that. And now we have to go save Batwoman. But before we do that, we'll be facing a couple of goons, Edward and Eddie. So let's get started. As you can see, the gas stuns them a bit. So there's a lot of players usually will go with abilities that does more extra damage. But if you use abilities that stun the enemies, well, while they're stunned, they're not attacking you. So it's a win-win in my book. So if we look, we got a new pair of boots. Again, the stats, the stat increase at this point aren't great, but every little point counts. And again, we have this little healing barrel here. Sometimes there is a little chesty chest. Let's have a look. Not on this side. It's been a while, so again, maybe I'm misremembering, but I could have sworn there was sometimes a little chesty chest. Oh, you can see here there's an investigation. Ah, the chest is there. Okay. So there are various missions where you'll see those little chests here.
The toxoplasma gondii parasite will actually suppress the rat's fear, making it actively seek out the scent-marked areas of cats.
So in various missions, there are those little chests here. There is a feat if you gather those chests. I think that the top feat is like 1,000 chests. I can tell you it'll take you a while to gather 1,000 of those chests because not every missions have those chests, and even some missions that have the chest, sometimes you sadly don't find it. Sometimes the little chest is somewhere here, but as you saw, not today. So let's activate the little console here so that we can continue. And now we can see the evil Scarecrow waiting for us.
Excellent. This one has already lost a grip of the senses. So let's begin your welfare, shall we? Fear is such an appetizer.
Sweet irony, fear gas worked on the Scarecrow. It happens.
And since we're in a Gotham sewer, who better to represent it than Killer Croc?
So here there's a whole bunch of fake Killer Croc, and when you defeat them, you have to click on them like that, otherwise they're going to get back up. Basically, they regenerate, if it makes sense. I think we got them all. I could be mistaken. And again, there's a whole bunch of healing barrels here, if you need them. I pretty much hate those Scarecrows. Usually I just use my range attack to be able to get rid of them.
Here's one that's close to home. Protophobia. Fear of betrayal. Nothing like having your closest allies stab you in the back.
Oh no, they're gonna stab me in the back. That's so mean. So as you saw, we were fighting hallucinations of Batman, Robin. There's our friend Nightwing. So usually there's a wave of some certain species, and then you have the crows, then you have another wave, then you have the crows. Again, for the crows, I'll use whatever range attack I have. Depending on the weapon you use, it's a bit different. The best weapon is probably the dual pistols for that. You just go full auto.
The fear of thunder and lightning. Don't get zapped.
The birds again.
This one packs a punch. Ballistophobia. The fear of bullets and explosives. This one has an extra twist. Better stay on your toes.
So as you can see, you have to defeat the big Scarecrow a couple of times. I'm not sure if you can actually damage Batwoman. You can see she lost a little bit of health, but not really.
Last but not least, wait, where's my canister? No, I'm out of gas. No matter. By now your minds are shattered. I'll take you down myself. Get there.
And now you're fighting the real Scarecrow. He ran out of fear gas.
Don't hurt me.
There's a little reward, so it's the pants or the back. Decisions. Well, let's go for the back. So let's click on our friend Scarecrow to complete the fight.
Thanks for your help with Scarecrow. He certainly can mess with your head.
And let's complete the mission here.
Thanks to you, Scarecrow's
So again, sometimes you have to go to your journal to complete the mission manually. Here I'm going to skip the cinematic. The cinematics are pretty awesome. I have a video called DC Universe Online the movie. If you want to see a whole bunch of cinematics, I suggest you watch that movie.
You'll be speaking soon. Batman out.
So again, there's no reason not to pick up the investigation.
Experiment 81. Adverse reactions to specific stimuli will eventually be removed.
See the Croc Hunter, because we were able to stop all the Killer Croc from regenerating. Again, if you need some healing barrels, if you see some healing barrels, no reason not to break them. They're going to be able to help you with your feet for destroying 1,000 healing barrels. I think there's even one I didn't use here. No. So there's no reason not to break those healing barrels. So we're pretty much done here. I don't think we need to speak to Batwoman again. So we just, basically, if you're not sure, to the bottom right corner, usually it tells you what to do. In this case, exit Gotham sewers. So let's do that. So let's see. And we got a new mission, Area 51 alert. It's been a long time since I played any of those missions at this level, at a low level, because the Area 51 alert, it's a mission that you can play, as you can see, as soon as you reach level 9, it seems. But it's also a mission that will be a tier 1 alert. Like if we look into the on-duty menu, so we can see here Area 51 for level 10. Well, suggested level 10. Although right now I think our Batman character at level 9 would be able to do the trick. Oh yeah, and since we've reached level 9, if we go back into our menu, so we should be able to purchase some acrobatic options. So in this case, I strongly suggest get a rocket assisted glide. Here it depends on what ability you're using. If you want to use throwing knives, you can, but there's other abilities that could do the same trick. The same with the zip tie attack. Usually what I'll use is forward flip attack. Basically, in order to be able to continue in the tree, you have to purchase some abilities here. Like you can see, it requires 2 points in acrobatics. So let's put a second point here. Oh. Too quick. Let's try again. Acrobatics, let's put a second point here. And once we put a second point, it opens up those abilities. Ideally, what I strongly suggest, take the knockback resistance, stun resistance, stun recovery, knockback recovery, and breakout mastery. It's not a big deal. It's like a 10% stun resist, but basically usually that adds up. Like there's other things that will give you some resistance. The tank in your group could give you some resistance, and for the weapon, yeah, we don't have access just yet. So I'm going to save the last point for something else. So now we have the rocket assisted glide. Basically, it's going to allow us to be able to fly around a bit more. Basically, we can glide with our character, so it makes it a lot more convenient and a lot faster to travel from point A to point B. Personally, if it's your first character in DC Universe Online, I would strongly suggest you use the flight powers. But if you really want to play a Batman type character, then don't hesitate to take acrobatic. You will get used to it. It's just that the flight powers are a little bit more convenient than acrobatic or even super speed. So for a brand new player, usually that is what I suggest. So as you can see, we've completed our evil Scarecrow mission. So we have to talk, again, if you're not sure what to do, look to the bottom right corner of the screen. Again, here we have meet Batwoman at the police station.
Thanks to your help, Scarecrow's back in Arkham. But now we've got a new fire to put out. Bane's back
So I think we have to complete it manually. And as you can see, it gave us some XP plus booster box. It gave us, oh, the back, that's the back piece we got earlier. And it gave us a chest piece. The XP plus booster box, I will explain that next time. And as you can see, there's a whole bunch of missions here that will have an exclamation point. So it means that you can interact with it, and I'll give you a new mission. I will interact with this next time. I think I saw an NPC over here that we can interact with. So these are basically side missions. And there's the main mission that we can continue out in the streets. So we could travel to Cape Carmine to be able to continue that mission. But we're probably going to play a few side missions next time. Like, we'll probably talk to our friend Officer Gallant here, and we will definitely use the booster gold kiosk in order to be able to get some exploration missions. So right now, let's go to our friendly vendor here. Let's sell all the gear we don't need, and the junk also we got. The extra material we can keep for crafting. I will explain the crafting in a future video. So basically, any gear we don't need, we can repair, and we're done here. So let's go collect our mail, and we'll be done for today. So we got the Daybreak Game Company 75 Years of Batman. Basically, for the 75th anniversary of Batman, they gave us a Batman Legend character. And also, once you reach level 5, if you're a player character and a hero character, they give you the Robin Legend character for free. And if you're an evil villain character, you get Harley Quinn at level 5. So basically, the Robin character is so that you can have a legend character to be able to play legend matches. I'll explain to you that in just a sec. And there's the modern Batman character that they gave us for the 75th anniversary of Batman. And basically, if you look at the on-duty menu, at level 5, we gained access to Legends PvP matches, so that's why they gave us the Robin character, so that we could play Legend matches. Some of you asked the other day why I had some exobytes, like the Shazam exobyte. Like, if I go in the Redeem Claim tab, you can see I have the exobyte data Arkham Asylum Joker. That's basically the Legend character for Legend matches. So that's the Legend Joker character for Legend matches. I have the Future Batman character as a Legend character, Future Harley Quinn. What else? And a bunch of others. Basically, this is a whole bunch of stuff that I purchased in the past 7 years playing DC Universe Online. So I purchased Superman, General Zod, Lex Luthor, Steel, Hal Jordan, Sinestro. These are all Legend characters for Legend PvP matches. I did not collect them just yet. I'll do that probably next time. Okay, so we got Cersei, Wonder Woman. At this point, I almost purchased all the Legend characters. I think I'm missing like two bombshell Legend characters. So I think that is going to be it for today. So next time we're going to go fight the evil forces of the Evil Bane around Cape Carmine, and we'll probably play a few side quests. As I said, there's Officer Gallant that will give us a side quest, and there is the Booster Gold kiosk that will give us a side quest. Let's stand with our friend Batwoman because we can. So that is pretty much it for now, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask so in the comment section down below, and I'll see what I can do about answering your questions. So as always, guys, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.